And where have you been?
Hey, Brett, where have you been?
Where have you been hiding?
How are you? Where have you been?
Been looking all over for you. Where have you been?
But where have you been all this time? Duh! Where have you been?
Deny medical attention and legal counsel. Where have you been?
Edward, you missed your last appointment. Where have you been?
Jesus Christ, where have you been?
My God, where have you been?
Sarah, where have you been?
Seriously, handsome. Where have you been hiding?
So, where have you been?
What? Where have you been? It's very late.
Where have you been?
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 At last, where have you been? Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
Where have you been all night, huh?
Where have you been for 10 years?
Where have you been? I called everyone, everywhere.
Where have you been? I called you. Where have you been? I've been calling you for days.
Where have you been? What do you want?
Where have you been?
Where do you think?
Where have you been? Why didn't you call?
Where have you been?
Work thing.
Where have you been? You almost blew it.
You look peppy. Where you been?
You're soaked. Where have you been?